Hey my friend, hello. I'm sorry we're not having a lesson in person or a Zoom lesson today. I think computers are just not cooperating with us, or maybe you didn't know how to find me on Zoom. But either way, I'll make you a video for your lesson today so you still have some good stuff to practice. So just so you know, if you see me looking over here, that's where my computer is. So I'm just going to start at the top of your lesson plan and work down, and we'll kind of go through everything. So the first thing we'll talk about is the chromatic scale, since that's a new scale we learned last time. Let me just move my camera here so you can see the piano a bit better. Okay, so we'll start this chromatic scale. We'll do right hand first, and we're doing a C to C chromatic scale. Remember, this is the one with all the notes. So we just use these three fingers, and it's usually just 3 and 1. So finger 2 we only use when we have 2 white notes in a row. Other than that, it's always going to be finger 1 and 3. Actually, maybe higher is better. Maybe you can see better if it's higher up. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. It's going to stay though. There we go. Okay, so we'll start with the right hand. So it's finger 1 on C. We'll go from C to C. We go finger 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2. Now back down. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. Now I'm going to say that all again with no pausing, no hesitations. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. Now I'm going to do the whole thing again with no talking, so you can just watch. Here you go. So you can just watch my hand and watch the finger numbers. Now I'm going to try it a little bit faster. See if you can play it a bit faster. And if you really, really want a challenge, this is 2 octaves at that speed. Let's do it all again with the left hand. So it's the same thing, just these 3 fingers. This finger only when you have 2 white notes in a row, so it's usually 1 and 3. So left hand fingering, we go 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going down. 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1. Now we'll do it again with no hesitations. 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1. Now again, but I won't speak at the same time, so just playing. Try it at a faster tempo on this hand too. And now we'll try it at that faster speed, 2 octaves for an extra challenge, but instead of going up higher, move your hand down. So you're starting on 2 C's below middle C. So here's 2 octaves if you want a challenge. Okay, so that is the scale portion of this video. Moving down your lesson plan now, find your performance book. So that's the one with the flying piano. Oh, I guess they all have flying pianos. That's the one with this yellow color up top. And in this book, you're going to go to page 18 and 19. So we just started. Whoops, I must have the wrong page numbers. Hold on just a second here. There we go, the crawling spider. Okay, so in my book, it's page 22 and 23. It might be a different page in your book. It might be page 18 and 19, but it looks like this, and it's a song called The Crawling Spider. So go ahead and find that. The goal on this was the first 4 lines, hands together, and if that's too easy, you can try the whole song. So let's start just by going through it really slowly. We'll start from the beginning, and I'll play all the way to the end once just so you can hear it too and practice along. So with our left hand begins the song. We start on C below middle C, and your right hand, even though it doesn't start right away, starts on middle C. So even though both of your hands don't begin at the very top of the song, make sure you have both your hands ready to go. So left hand starts. We have C, D, E flat, F sharp, G, F sharp, G. So listen to that now without me saying the words. Guess what? Right hand echoes that. Okay, that's line 1 out of the way, good to go. On the next line, we know that all cows eat grass, so that first note of line 2 in the left hand is G, because it's the top space. So we start G, and then 1 down is F. 1 down after that would be E flat. Well, it'd normally be E, but we have E flat. And then 1 more down is D. Then we jump back up to F. We have E flat again and D. So that goes G, F, E flat, D, F, E flat, D. And then we know all cows eat grass, so we have G, G again. And now in the right hand, I know it kind of looks funky because those 2 notes are squashed together a little bit, but that is F sharp and G. So there are 2 notes that are right beside each other. So the second half of line 2 goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 is a rest. So let's play the first 2 lines. 1, 2, 3. Actually, that's too slow. Let's go faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Line 2. Okay, now let's sight read line 3. I know you can do it. Here we go. Top of page 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right hand. Keep going on the next line. Oops, sorry, I did that wrong. So at the end of line number 4 where it says spindly feet, that's the only new part. That's different from before, but the rest is all the same. So now, that's what you should have had for this week. Let's look at the last 2 lines of the song. So we know that our lines in the treble clef, the saying we use is every good boy deserves fudge, or every good boy does fine. That works too. So we know that the first line is an E, and we have a flat. That means it's going to be this black note here instead of the regular E. So on measure 17, which is the second last line of the song, we have E flat, C, and they're both worth 1, 2, 1, 2. Now keep going 1, 2, 3, 4 on the next measure. So it's E flat, D, C, and then beat 4 is a rest. So then we do it again higher. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is a rest. And then we do the whole thing another octave up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is a rest. And then left hand, all cows eat grass. We're starting on G, G, F, E, D, C. And then you put a G on top of that C in the left hand and play middle C in the right. So listen to the last 2 lines of the song, then I'm going to play you the whole thing. So the last 2 lines of the song, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to play you the whole entire song, and you are going to play along with me, or practice playing along with me, so you can play the whole song for next week. So here we go from the beginning. We'll go a little bit quicker. 1, 2, 3, 4. From your performance book. So we'll put that book away. Now, on your lesson plan, next up we have Kites in the Sky. That's in your lesson book. And I think it's on page 20 something. 28. Yes, page 28. Find that in this book. It should look like this. And then once you have it, we'll go through it together. So we just started this song last week, but you did a really, really nice job with it. So we're looking at seconds and thirds in this song. So we know, like we said, all cows eat grass. So that left hand that's starting on the second space, that means we're starting on C. So we go C, E, G, and guess what? Right hand does the same thing. C, E, G, and then your left hand has to bounce all the way up here to play high C, and then right hand plays G again. So that first line goes like this. Okay, now you have to add something. You have to add, I know you can't see my foot, but you're adding pedal on this song. So listen to it again, just the first line. Now here's line 2. Here's line 3. So, all that you do at the end there, you see where the kite is, it says, continue this hand crossing pattern to the highest C. So what happens is you basically play most of the notes on the piano. So when this starts at measure 17, you start with your pinky, finger 5 on the C below middle C, and you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then where your left hand ends, your right hand starts, and you start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you just keep going with this pattern, going up the piano until you get to the high C at the top. So let me play this song one more time for you to practice along with, and you play along with me on your video at home. And this song, you hold the pedal down the entire time. You don't have to lift it up. Oh wait, I lied to you. You have to lift it up when you start playing all the notes up the piano. Okay, so here we go. Kites in the Sky, play along with me. 1, 2, 3. That's it. That is the whole song. Oops. There we go. So that is the whole song, Kites in the Sky. Whoops. the last thing we'll look at is your theory book today. So in this book, my friend, we should be on page 19. Okay. And all we're talking about here is the difference between a second and a third. Kind of just like we were on Kites in the Sky, same idea here. So just a quick reminder, a second when you're looking at the piano would be like from C to D. So they're notes that are beside each other. When you look at it on the staff, it's either going from a line to a space up or down, or from a space to a line up or down. So it's just going one note up or down. A skip, also known as a third, is jumping over or skipping over one note up or down. So it's either going from a space to a space above or below it, or from a line to a line above or below it. So I think that makes sense. We went over that last time. But just make sure page number 19 in your theory book is done and ready to go for next time. So remember the difference between seconds and thirds. And then let's look at page 20 as well. So flip the page. All this is a fourth. So we did a second, we did a third, now we're doing a fourth, and then we'll do a fifth, and we'll just keep getting bigger and bigger. But all we're doing here is learning a fourth. It's the same thing as a skip plus a step added together. So when you count these, just remember that you always have to include the note you start on when you count. So if I'm counting a fourth, and I think from C to F is a fourth, I need to make sure it's 4 notes apart. So I'm not going to start on C and count 1, 2, 3, 4 up from that, because then they're too far away. You have to start on C and count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you end up with F, and that's how you get the fourth. So please make sure page 19 is done. That should have been done for today. And the new page will be page 20. And then the only other thing I want to include in your video lesson for today, I know you had a lot of fun when we worked on High Hopes with playing and singing. So I think we should do another song like that this year because you did such a great job and you had fun with it. So I put 3 different ideas for songs in your lesson plan. You don't have to start working on any of them if you don't want to. You can if you want to. But if you don't want to, your homework is to check out those 3 songs and pick whichever one is your favorite so we can start working on it, and that'll be your song you're playing and singing at the same time. So that is all. Your video lesson is good to go. I will put this in your lesson plan. I'll put the link right in there. And then I'll also just write down a few things in your lesson plan so you know what to practice. Okay, I hope you are having an excellent day wherever you are. And I hope I'll see you next week for an in-person lesson or even a Zoom lesson. That'd be fine too. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.